Halo sahabat guru rantau cek. Selamat kembali beraktivitas di sekolah. Dan jangan lupa untuk memulai setiap aktivitas Anda dengan Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Semoga apa yang kita lakukan selalu diberkahi oleh Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, Tuhan yang Maha Esa. Amin. Dan proses pembelajaran masih daring dan tatap muka, tergantung persetujuan dari orang tua Anda. Mari kita simak dan mulai pembelajaran kita di semester 2 tahun ini. Ada yang pernah membaca buku gambar di belakang kami saat ini? Ada yang tahu judul buku ataupun cerita dari gambar yang kami tampilkan saat ini? Wow, good job, excellent. Jawabannya adalah Timun Mas dan Buto Ijo. Ini adalah salah satu cerita rakyat berasal dari Jawa Tengah. Cerita ini masuk dalam materi kita di semester 2, yaitu narative text. Pengertian narative text. Narative text adalah salah satu jenis teks bahasa Inggris yang bertujuan untuk menceritakan suatu cerita yang memiliki rangkaian peristiwa kronologis yang saling terhubung. Tujuan narative text atau the purpose of narrative text is to amuse or to entertain the reader with a story. Narative text bertujuan untuk menghibur pembaca tentang suatu kisah atau cerita. Narative text itu sendiri punya jenis-jenisnya. Ada banyak jenis narative text. Narative text bisa berupa teks imajiner, faktual, atau kombinasi dari keduanya. Berikut ini jenis-jenis narative text. Di antaranya fairy stories, mysteries, science fiction, romance, horror story, adventure stories, and fables. Lanjut, generic structure narrative text. Struktur generik naratif teks berfokus pada serangkaian tahapan yang diusulkan untuk membangun sebuah cerita. Dalam naratif teks, tahap itu meliputi 1. Orientation atau pendahuluan, di mana karakter, setting, dan waktu cerita ditetapkan. Biasanya menjawab pertanyaan siapa, kapan, di mana. Misalnya, once upon a time, there was a wolf live in forest. Second atau 2, complication or problem, menceritakan awal masalah yang menyebabkan krisis atau klimaks. Complication biasanya melibatkan karakter utama. The third atau ketiga, resolution, akhir dari cerita yang berupa solusi dari masalah. Perlu adanya resolusi dari masalah. Masalah dapat diselesaikan, dapat menjadi lebih baik atau malah lebih buruk, bahagia atau sedih. Kadang-kadang ada beberapa komplikasi yang harus dipecahkan. Hal ini menambah dan mempertahankan minat dan ketegangan bagi pembacanya. The fourth atau keempat, reorientation atau coda, merupakan pernyataan penutup cerita dan bersifat opsional. Bisa berisi tentang pelajaran moral, saran, atau pengajaran dari penulis. Contoh naratif teks. Contohnya, cerita Timun Mas dan Buto Ijo. Dengarkan baik-baik, ini akan menambah kemampuan mendengar Anda. Timun Mas. Long time ago in the island of Java, Indonesia, lived a couple of farmers. They had married for some years, but they had no children. So they prayed to a monster called Buto Ijo to give them children. Buto Ijo was a ferocious and a powerful monster. He granted their wish on one condition. When their children had grown up, they had to sacrifice them to Buto Ijo. He liked eating fresh meat of human being. The farmers agreed to his condition. Several months later, the wife was pregnant. She gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. They named her Timun Mas. The farmers were happy. Timun Mas was a very healthy and a very smart girl. She was also very diligent. When she was a teenager, Buto Ijo came to their house. Timun Mas was pregnant, so she ran away to hide. The farmers then told Buto Ijo that Timun Mas was still a child. They asked him to postpone. Buto Ijo agreed. He promised to come again. The following year, Buto Ijo came again. But again and again, their parents said that Timun Mas was still a child. When the third time Buto Ijo came, their parents had prepared something for him. They gave Timun Mas several bamboo needles, seeds of cucumber, dressing, and salt. Timun, take these things. What are these things? These are your weapons. Buto Ijo will chase you. He will eat you alive. So run as fast as you can. And if he will catch you, spread this to the ground. Now go. Timun Mas was great, so she ran as quickly as she could. When Buto Ijo arrived, she was far from home. He was very angry when he realized that his prey had left. So he ran to chase her. He had a sharp nose, so he knew what direction his prey ran. Timun Mas was just a girl while Buto Ijo was a monster, so he could easily catch her up. When he was just several steps behind, Timun Mas quickly spread the seeds of cucumber. In seconds, they turned into many veins of cucumber. They executed. Buto Ijo was very thirsty, so he grabbed and ate them. When Buto Ijo was busy eating cucumber, Timun Mas could run away. But soon Buto Ijo realized and started running again. When he was just several steps behind, Timun Mas threw her bamboo needles. Soon, so they turned into dense bamboo trees. Buto Ijo found it hard to pass. It took him some time to break the dense bamboo forest. Meanwhile, Timun Mas could run farther. Buto Ijo chased her again. When he almost caught her again and again, Timun Mas threw her dressing. This time it turned into a lake. Buto Ijo was busy to save himself, so Timun Mas ran away. But Buto Ijo could overcome it and continued chasing her. Finally, when Timun Mas was almost choked, she threw her salt. Soon the land where Buto Ijo stood turned into ocean. Buto Ijo was drowned and died instantly. Timun Mas was thankful to God and came back to her home. Demikian cerita dari Timun Mas. Mari kita tentukan generic structure dari cerita tersebut. Kita mulai dari yang pertama, orientation. Yang pertama adalah orientationnya, di mana isinya adalah long time ago there was a farmer couple. They were staying in a village near a forest. They lived happily. Selanjutnya adalah complication. Untuk complicationnya adalah complication yang pertama. Unfortunately, they hadn't had any children yet. Every day they prayed to God for a child. One day a giant faced their home. He heard what they were. Resolution 1. Then the couple planted the cucumber seed. Each day they took care the growing plant so carefully. Months later, a golden cucumber grew from the plant. The cucumber was getting heavier and bigger each day. When it was ripe, they picked it. Carefully they cut out the cucumber, and how surprised were they when they found a beautiful baby inside. They were so heavy, they named the baby Timun Mas, or golden cucumber. Years were passing by, and Timun Mas had grown into a beautiful girl. Her parents were very proud of her, but complication 2, their happiness turned to fear when her 17th birthday came. The giant returned to ask for their promise. He was going to take Timun Mas away. Resolution 2. The farmer tried to be calm. Just a moment, please. Timun Mas is playing. My wife will call her, he said. Then the farmer came to his daughter. My child, take this, as he was giving her a little bag to Timun Mas. This will help you from the giant. Now run as fast as you can, he ordered. So Timun Mas ran away. The couple was very sad about her leaving, but they didn't want the giant to eat the timun mas. Meanwhile, the giant had been waiting for too long. He became impatient. The third complication, somehow he knew that the couple had lied to him, so he destroyed their house and ran for the timun mas. The giant was chasing timun mas and he was getting closer and closer. Timun mas then took a handful of salt from her little bag. She spread out the salt behind her. Suddenly a white sea appeared. The third resolution. Timun mas was still running, but now the giant almost choked her. Then she took some chili and threw them to the giant. The chili suddenly grew into some trees and trapped the giant. The trees grew. Some turned as sharp as a knife. The giant screamed painfully. At the meantime, Timun mas could escape again. But the giant was very strong. Again he almost choked Timun mas. So Timun mas took the third magic step, the cucumber seeds. She threw the seeds and suddenly there became a wide cucumber field. The giant was very tired and hungry, so he ate those fresh cucumbers. He ate too much that he felt sleepy and fell asleep soon. Timun mas kept on running as fast as he could, but as soon as she was very tired herself. To make things worse, the giant had woke up. Timun mas was so scared. Desperately, she then threw her last weapon, terasi, a kind of shrimp pasta. It did a miracle again. The pasta became a big swamp. The giant fell into it, but his hands almost reached Timun mas. Suddenly, the lake pulled him to the bottom. The giant panicked and he couldn't breathe. At last, he was drowned. The reorientation, the story, Timun mas was very relieved. She was safe now. Then she returned to her parents' house. Her parents were of course very happy to see their daughter safe and sound. Thanks God, you have saved my daughter. They cried heavily. From then on, Timun mas lived happily with her parents with no fear anymore. Demikianlah tadi genre chapter pada cerita Timun Mas dan Buto Ijo. Ada beberapa bagian komplikasi yang dibagi menjadi 3, resolusinya pun seperti itu. Tetapi ketika kita mendapatkan sebuah cerita atau teks naratif, kita bisa menyatukan semuanya. Maksud kami cuman satu saja secara keseluruhan, jadi tidak dibagi-bagi lagi. Untuk mengetahui tingkat pemahaman Anda setelah mendengarkan cerita tentang Timun Mas dan Buto Ijo, kami berikan soal latihan. Pertama, who is the main actor of that story? 2, where the story comes from? 3, how is the ending of the story? 4, what is the problem in that story? 5, how many actors in that story? Jawab pertanyaan ini di kolom komentar video ini. Selamat mengerjakan. Demikianlah materi kita tentang naratif teks untuk kelas 9 di semester 2. Semoga bermanfaat dari video yang kami berikan. Dan jangan lupa untuk like, comment, share, dan tentunya yang paling penting adalah subscribe channel kami. Dan tunggu terus video bermanfaat berikutnya di Guru Rantau Channel. Terima kasih. Wassalam.